Aloha everybody, Kaiwaza with you. Welcome back to my channel and my video series going through my Hawaiian record collection, Hawaiian and Exotica records. I have about 2,500 of them and we're going through them one at a time, one letter at a time. And we are on the letter M. We're going to pick up where we left off at the last video. Now this next record is a stereo record from Festival Records of Australia and New Zealand, although it was originally King Records, I think. Yeah, King Records of Japan. So as best I can tell, this is actually a Japanese orchestra. The album is called Hawaiian Holiday, Stereo Sounds of a Tropic Night by a group called the Modern Sounds. Which is like an easy listening dance orchestra, kind of horn centered, I would say, kind of like a Ray Anthony's, similar to that type of music. Beautiful cover here of a sunset, and the I'll show you the label here. Festival Records from Australia and New Zealand. And the track listings are, fairly common for the Japanese Hawaiian records. They usually have the same, number, similar songs on them. Although this does have a couple of different ones. Particularly interesting, it has a nice version of the seldom heard Hawaiian song, the theme from the television show Hawaiian Eye. Okay, Modern Sounds, Hawaiian Holiday. Up next, this is, I don't know, I guess if you want to say a vanity pressing or a small independent pressing of some kind. Interesting that I only really have the one record from this group because they did so much music. I don't know that there's not a lot of records, vinyl records of them, though, in the United States. Probably a lot of 78s all throughout Europe and Asia. And it's also a little bit confusing looking at the record cover to know exactly who it is or who the recording group is. International Hawaiian Ambassadors, the Aloha 4. But on the back, they tell you a little bit more. The Tau Moi family. Now, Tau Moi family was well known. Maybe not in Hawaii as much, but they left the islands very early on, and they spent the majority of their lives traveling all throughout Europe, Asia, many, many years in India, all around the world during Hawaiian music performances as a living. They did eventually come back to Hawaii to retire, and they recorded a record with Bob Brosman at that time, which I don't have. I got one and it was broken and cracked, so I need to get another one. But so this is actually the only album I have from them, but Tau Moi family was, very well known back whatever, like in the 40s and 30s and throughout many decades, traveling all around. But this is later in their career. So to say honestly, it's not, I'm not going to say it's their most wonderful recordings. I'm sure their earlier stuff, well, I know I've heard some of their earlier stuff, and it's stronger in a sense than this. This is a little more garage bandish kind of sounding because it is later on and it is like a private pressing and whatnot. I mean, it's great. I'm just saying it is what it is. That's my thought about it, and it's pretty rare recording actually, and pretty cool that they even did it. But yeah, International Hawaiian Ambassadors, the Aloha 4, Tau Moi family, on Paradise Records, a division of Hyphen and Company. Love
voices call, Hawaii is calling me.
Now here's one album by a gentleman by the name of Jimmy Moikeha from Maui. I do have some things from him earlier on when he was quite young, a child. He did a couple of sides for 49th State Hawaii Records on singles that ended up on like souvenir albums. But he was, you know, a child. As an adult, this is his album on Denko Records, recorded in Hawaii, The Sand and the Sea.
And while the trade winds sigh, high above us, heaven will bless our love. Aloha's
Very nice album, actually. This is very nice track list. It's not just the typical songs. There's some nice original compositions on here.
Aloha's
Let me say Denko Records. What's interesting also about Jimmy Moikeha, not only was he a performer, this is and had starred at the Tapa Room of the Hilton Hawaiian Village, Duke's at the International Marketplace, Monarch Room of the Royal Hawaiian Hotel with Nina Keali'iwahamana. But at the time of this recording was starring nightly at the Discovery Room of the Sheraton Maui, which we see pictured here. And he was also the front office manager of the Sheraton Maui at the time. So, busy guy, Jimmy Moikeha. Now here's a record from Hula Records, Gatefold, Fold Out. A group that performed in a hotel, very small hotel, on the small island of Molokai. The Molokai Trio, Aloha Molokai. This is recorded in front of a live audience, so there is talking and applause and whatnot. Nice, kind of grassroots hula, you know, very Hawaiian kind of music, and a nice nice album. I think 77 is there. I think that Hula doesn't usually date their records, but I recall there being a date somewhere on this, but in the 70s. I don't see it now. Typical of Hula, they have their translations and descriptions of the song on the liner notes. I always sort of like the song Sunset at Kalapapa. It's kind of sweet, but a lot of nice songs here. I Love You Molokai, that's a nice song too. Okay, now we go from nice to I don't know what to say about this next album. And I don't know if any of you that are like in the easy listening lounge genres or whatever are familiar with this group or know much of anything about them or what the point even was. But they're called the Mom and Dads. Yeah. The album is Blue Hawaii. This is GNP Crescendo Records. Now, there's a lot of records out by the Mom and Dads. And who are they? Well, I don't really know, but let's take a look at the other albums, and I think maybe you'll get an idea. They're like drums, accordion, saxophone, and a piano. And they're, you know, older people, moms and dads. Some of their records are like, you know, polkas and sentimental favorites, and I don't know whether it's intentionally sort of like horrible, sorry, or, you know, like Mrs. Miller, those records, or whether, you know, I mean, I can imagine there were people that liked this. It is what it is, you know, but I don't know, I can't I can't put this on my radio station. I just cannot program this on my Wi-Fi station in good consciousness because I'm like, I don't know. Do you know? Like, are they serious? Is it a joke? Like, is it kind of tongue-in-cheek? I don't know. Okay, then I have two records here by a lady, by the Hawaiian lady here by the name of Momi Riley, who is a vocalist and also a harpist. She did a couple of LPs, and I think she did some stuff into the CD era also, which I don't have, but LPs. This was her first one, and it is it's definitely the 70s. I don't see it on, oh yeah, here it is, 1979? Anyway, it's called Born in a Faint Streak of Light. And we see her hovering out of the disco era, lying, I guess we're not supposed to see this, but obviously like some velvet-covered chair or something, playing on her harp and singing. I believe mostly original compositions, and you know, nice stuff if you like that kind of 70s folksy with a harp, Hawaiian theme, some of the songs Hawaiian theme, you know. This was, yeah, I mean, people liked it, right? Yeah, it's a gatefold with the lyrics in there. I can't really read them on here, but they are there. And she did another one that was 79. This one is 80, I think. 80 or 81. What do I know? 85. So quite a bit later. Momi Share the Light. Same kind of thing, kind of folksy with the harp, and this one, I think this one had more Hawaiian themed songs. There were several kind of Hawaiian themes on this album.
Fly on down to my island town. Get on down to that city. We'll dance our feet out on the streets where the music sounds so pretty. Ooh, the colored lights flash in the night, and you don't know that it seems so right. You fade it down to just uptight.
This one on Amber Rose Productions, 1985. Then as I said, I think she went off into continuing the CD era. She may have even been doing Christian music later, but I'm not 100% sure about that, so don't quote me. Finally, we have this really is a budget label. I guess I should do it when I do my budget label records, but I just kind of have it filed under M. On Diplomat Records. Now, you all, if you're familiar with lounge or easy listening, know about Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass, and of course the sensation that caused, all these other imitation groups imitating that style and sort of trying to capture that name, and all the budget labels had their own Tijuana Brass groups. Diplomat Records had the Monterey Brass. And this is a Hawaiian-themed album in the style of the Tijuana Brass by the Monterey Brass. You gotta love this stuff. I mean, you gotta love it. Called Blue Hawaii. It's kind of like half Hawaiian songs and half songs that could conceivably not be out of place on a Hawaiian easy listening album. It's fun. Monterey Brass, Blue Hawaii. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed that. Give the video a thumbs up if you like it, and subscribe if you want to see more, and leave me any comments if you have any of these records or any experience with them or thoughts about them. I'd love to hear from you. And have a great week. I hope you're all enjoying the holiday season. It's the holiday season of 2018 as I am recording this. So I hope you're enjoying it. I'm having a nice one, kind of mellow and chill, which is good, because that's kind of how I like it. So have a good season, a good week, and hopefully we'll talk to you pretty soon. I hope to put up another video here in just another couple days. So take care.